people, because I see some new names in here. For the people new in here, we are recording the AMAs and we are uploading them on our YouTube channel afterwards. If you do not feel comfortable to ask questions on the mic because we are recording it, just always feel free to drop your question in the chat. Uh, Link me additionally so I can notice it in the chat. And yes, I think we can just jump right into it. First of all, congratulations again. We did break the all-time high again. Let's see where this takes us in this bleeding market. As you all know, we are paired with BNB, and BNB is kind of dragging us down additionally. So it is a very big accomplishment to achieve such a growth in this market situation. Additionally, of course, it creates a lot of exposure with the whole community additionally going crazy. Helps a lot. We would definitely not be able to do this without any one of you in here. So I see a lot of new names which are not familiar to me. For the people not knowing, we do have daily AMAs. Sometimes if we find the time to do so, we are having 2 AMAs a day. Maybe someday I will be able to hit the 3 AMAs a day. It's just hard with a day job on the side and a family, but at weekends it should be we should be able. We're trying to cover different time zones, so everyone has the chance to attend a live AMA and ask any questions. In the daily AMAs, I will go over the fundamentals of our token because we have a lot of people joining in. This should help yeah, upcoming investors with their due diligence. I would always recommend do some research first, ask a lot of questions in the chat or in an AMA before you actually buy into an investment. It's always the better choice. So I would start with the fundamentals. BankersDream, a quick overview over BankersDream itself. I would start with our taxes. They are pretty straightforward. We do have a flat tax. A flat tax means we do tax buy and sells in the same amount. So it is 15% flat tax. 8% of this tax are allocated into BUSD reflections. I can straight away answer 2 questions which I receive a lot in the AMAs. The reflections are in BUSD because it is a stable token. So people don't need to worry about the reflections at all. With the whole market situation, they don't have to watch all the time. They will just receive the stable token and they can do whatever they like with it. Yeah. For us, the best way to create passive income. Additionally, the tax, or better, let's say the whole reflection works in a way that our contract is collecting the taxes. The taxes are collected until a certain threshold. Right now, the threshold is set at 4 trillion coins. Once the contract reaches 4 trillion coins, at some point a contract will trigger, so you will see 4 contract cells in a row in, for example, Dextools, and then there begins the distribution, the actual distribution of the BUSD themselves. With every transaction happening, around 4 to 8 different wallets will receive their BUSD reflections. Once a contract cell happened, you can always check on our dashboard, on our reward dashboard. You can check in there how many rewards you will receive, if they are still pending, and you are able, if you connect your wallet onto our dashboard, to manually claim your BUSD. I would advise you not to do so because you have to pay the gas fees yourself. If you just simply wait and wait for the contract to automatically distribute the BUSD, you will receive them automatically without paying the gas fee. 4% of the tax are allocated into marketing and our fund. I will talk about the fund in detail later. 2% are allocated in a manual buyback and burn wallet. The buyback and burn is not automated, very important. We do have full control over the buyback and burn. Um, right now, we as a community, so we are always asking the community what they would prefer. We did choose to take the yeah um, BNBs which have been in the buyback and burn wallet to rather pay them into our fund and use it to get a kickstart in the fund itself. 1% are added into liquidity for the people which are pretty new in the crypto space. Liquidity is a very important part. You do need a healthy liquidity, so a bigger sell is not affecting the chart too much. You shouldn't be adding too much liquidity because then it is very hard to gain some traction in the chart itself. So it is a balance you need to find. Since we have been a very low cap pre-sale with 70 BNB, it is very important to just build up the liquidity over time so everyone is safe from this aspect. Additionally, because I also receive this question a lot, the liquidity is locked for 10 years through Pink Sale. If you type in liquidity in our chat, you will automatically get the link to our Pink Sale lock. All right, this for the whole tax part. Now, for the token itself. Our token, or we as a team and additionally as a community, we want to create a passive income generator. So the first step was to include the BUSD rewards in the token itself. Of course, there are a lot of reward tokens out there. Nothing really special about this part. There is one problem with BUSD rewards, which came to our mind. Um, and this is especially that BUSD rewards are always dependent of the trade volume. So if you have very very silent days, it is hard to create the volume for the actual BUSD rewards to fill the tax up, the tax collection in the contract itself. So if there are low volume days, sometimes there are low volume weeks. Yeah, you never know what is striking us in the future. It is hard to create a consistent source of income with this kind of token. You need a lot of volume in the token itself, in our token, to create a very consistent way of generating passive income through this option. So we did, together with a community, with a very, very early community, think of an additional way of creating passive income. So we are, our main utility is our Bankers Whale fund. We did create a fund. We are actually investing already into it, so we really want to start this utility off. This Bankers Whale fund, I will go into detail to this later, will create passive income for the holders in a very consistent way. It is independent of the trade volume. You will see later in the distribution of the assets that we are only investing into projects which are securing us a form of passive
Is it
income.
only me that can't hear him anymore?
Maybe he lost connection. Let's wait for him.
Oh wait, now can you hear me
Ah,
now?
yeah, I can hear again.
Wait, when did I stop?
Yeah, like 30 seconds ago.
30 seconds. Have I been starting with the
Start
fund?
over. Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, the BUSD rewards are dependent of the trade volume. So we need to create a way of passive income which is sustainable in especially in the long term, and sustainable in a way that it is independent of the token itself. So it doesn't matter what trade volume we are generating, it doesn't matter what market cap our token sits on. This whole new source of passive income must be completely independent of the token itself in some form. Of course, especially for building the fund itself, it is important to generate volume. The more volume we are able to generate in the future, the more money is going into the fund itself. But this is the main purpose. We are looking for our main utility. There will always be the focus on the community fund, on the Bankers Whale fund. And I would say I would just jump right into the fund itself because it is a very unique part of our token. So our fund itself. One second, I will just take some questions here. Yes, Rapa, you can unmute yourself.
No, I was just going to say I couldn't hear you either. Sorry. You can keep going.
No, okay, no worries. All right. Now for the fund itself. Of course, we know creating a fund and investing in the right way is sometimes hard. It is like a very, very big portfolio you have to manage there. Just a little bit of background knowledge for the people which are new. We are a very unique team in the crypto space. We are doing a lot of things, I would say, different, especially now since I get to know a lot of different developer teams. We are doing some things different. We are two trained bankers, actual bankers from Germany. We're all still working in our daytime jobs as financial advisors. We do have one insurance agent on the team, and we do have one software developer. We are all based in Germany. We do all know each other. For the people, because we also receive this question a lot regarding the doxing. We cannot dox at the moment. Doxing, we do not have a problem with the doxing itself. We did already do it privately to some investors, no problem about this. The problem with doxing comes with our daytime jobs because we do have families, we do have real estate we have to pay and everything, and rent to pay. So we do actually right now need the income of our jobs. And a doxing could create a problem with our real-time jobs, especially in the finance sector in Germany. There are some legal problems we would run into. Once we are able to sustain this as I would say main job, at least 1 to 2 people will definitely quit and dedicate full time to this project. And then we are able to docs, as I said before, no problem about this one. We did KYC, we did audit and everything. We want to keep this as safe as possible. But of course, the doxing could create a problem with our real life jobs. Hope anyone can understand this problem with the doxing at the moment. Once we are able to pick this up full time, we would definitely do it and go for it. Because I have to say it's straight away too much fun working with the community. Yeah, we did build a very family-like community over the past few days and weeks. It's just great interacting with everyone and working constantly on the progress of the project. So, for the fund, the strategy, pretty straightforward strategy. We do have the marketing wallet, the tax allocated to the marketing wallet. We are using part of the tax for our fund investments. Additionally, at the moment, we are sometimes taking polls to additionally take money from the buyback and burn wallet to further invest in different investments. The strategy for the fund investments themselves, because we figured out we want to be a very community-driven project. So the strategy is pretty straightforward. We, as a financial team, we do also know some things about the crypto space itself. We do have good connections. We did additionally build a lot of very good connections out there in the crypto world. We will vet the projects. What does vetting mean? We are taking a look at the project. We are taking a look at the team. We are analyzing, is this some sort a investment which we as a fund can hold long term. So we are only looking into long term investments. We do not want to actively trade the investments. Of course, if there is like we did invest in an ICO, yeah, and this ICO goes for a, let's say, for example, 500x. Of course, this could create a point where we say, okay, maybe we should just take a little bit of the money out. But the main idea is that we want our investments to stay healthy, so we do not consider us as competition for other projects. Yeah, we do want to sustain a healthy relationship to other projects, which we did so far with our investments, I have to say. And always we want to help the project we did invest in to grow, of course, because then our investment grows. We want it to stay healthy, and we will most of the times dollar cost average into our investments. So for the people not familiar with the term dollar cost averaging, this simply means, let's say for example, we would as a project have, or we have the goal to invest in one investment, for example, $20,000. We would not take the $20,000 and just chuck them into our investment and just hope for the best. We would average our price down. We would go, for example, for $1,000 buys each, and then we would average into our investment over time. Yeah, this additionally helps our investment, especially in dips when it's the best time to average in dips. So of course it helps the project additionally, especially in the later stages of the fund with the floor finding, with the whole process of the floor finding and the correction in a dip after a pump. So this is what we are aiming for. Of course, we want to maintain a healthy relationship with the projects. We want the projects to grow, because if the different crypto projects we invest in are healthy, our investments are healthy, and they can sustain us a consistent way of passive income, completely independent of our token, completely independent of our trade volume, completely independent of our market cap. It doesn't matter which roller coaster ride we as a token are taking. For the passive income part, especially for the fund, it is completely independent. The actual yield created by the fund will be distributed to the holders. Not all of it. I will go into detail later with this, but a big part will be distributed to the holders. So for the distribution of the assets themselves, this is a very early distribution we came up with. We have 10% will be allocated into different ICOs of the overall fund. Only 10%, of course, we do know the biggest potential, especially if we invest into other reward tokens, are ICOs. But you also need to consider it doesn't matter how good our vetting process is, how good the team is which stands behind the ICO itself. You never know where the journey goes. It could fail as an ICO over time. So it is still a very risky position. That's why we allocated only 10% into this position itself. 20% overall are used for staking. So let's say, for example, we did invest in EarnHub. Now we did dollar cost average in again. But our EarnHub investment, for example, was staked. We do have 30% allocated into other reward tokens. It doesn't matter about the reward itself for the moment. It is just important that they create some form of passive income for us. So for example, we did invest into Moonrock. We did invest into Evergrow coin at this stage of time. And we are still dollar cost averaging into our investments, because we have certain wallet sizes we want to reach in our investments, and once we reach them, we can take another poll if we should keep on dollar cost averaging into these investments, or if we should leave it as it is for the moment. The big green part in here, 40%, allocated to cash. Cash is just a financial term which is meant as a reserve. This reserve is used, for example, at moments like we have going on right now in the overall market. If the market is crashing, it is always the best time to dollar cost average furthermore into the investments. You're able to secure very good prices because of the people panic selling or taking their profits out they gained so far. So as a long-term holder, always the best way to dollar cost average into your investments, abuse the dips, abuse the fear in the market. It's always the best time to invest. This will change in the future. Yeah, because right now, of course, we could hold this cash reserve in either BNB or most likely BUSD as a stable token. But of course, this is what I would say dump money. Yeah, it is doing nothing for us. It is not generating passive income. We are looking into other ways which we will add in the future, as for example, yield farming. But right now, we do have the 40% because we want to be open for additional projects, additional ways of generating passive income. But this would most likely in the future, once the fund really grows bigger, this would be a part of, let's say around 5 to 10% maybe, not more. Just as a cash reserve to have to abuse the dips and the fear in the market overall. Because right now we do not have a display of the actual fund on our website. We wanted to implement it already. We want to use coin stats, which gives you the chance or the ability to display the wallet with a live ticker of the price on the website. It's just a issue with coin stats itself, which the Moonrock team ran into. So if you have the live ticker, it will automatically show what is in the wallet itself on the display. So people with bad intents could just airdrop tokens into the wallet. You need to take them out manually, but we do not want to risk it that people, because we do know some people are maybe taking this as a chance to take a look at different investments. But we do not want to have some scam tokens sitting in the display of the fund itself. That's why we are creating right now our own little application to display the fund. And once this is ready, you will be able to just take a quick look at our website, and then you have a quick overview, just to give especially the new people a quick overview about the ongoing investments and the whole thought process behind it. The first investment the community voted on was actually Moonrock. So the community decided to invest into Moonrock. It is, I think, about also 1 month old. We have a very healthy relationship to the team. We do not have a partnership, just exclamation mark, very important. We do not have any kind of partnership with the investments themselves. But we do have a healthy relationship to the team. Because of course we do all want to succeed in the DeFi space. We want to create a future of finance in the crypto world. For our Moonrock investment, it is pretty interesting. Once you have a top 500 wallet or holder spot secured for the Moonrock part, you are qualified for airdrops. So they are, I think it is going on for the next 4 to 5 weeks. They are airdropping every Friday. I think they are taking the snapshot, airdropping 2,000 rocks. This is what their token is called, to every top 500 holder. So it is just a very nice addition to our investment itself. Additionally, this is the strategy they did come up with right now. They will have a stealth launch of another token. Should be in the next few days. If you are a top 500 Moonrock holder, you are automatically qualified to receive a one-to-one wallet in the new token. which will be stealth launched. This distribution is also, yeah, vested in some sort, so they will take another snapshot and then proceed to, I think it is 10% per week, to send out or airdrop the token amounts to the different top 500 holders. So basically, yeah, since we are or have been able to secure our spot in the top 500, we will receive point A very good compounding in our investment with the airdrops going on for the top 500 holders. And we will receive a second investment, which is basically for free. We do not have to pay extra money for anything in there. We will just receive it. The Moonrock team is very based, very, very qualified. I do really like them. And yeah, it's just a very good investment, especially to get things going early in the fund. Second investment, yeah, most people do know this project is EarnHub. They have a lot of different things going on. You are able to stake on the platform. They have an Aniflect contract. Aniflect means you as a holder can choose in which token you want to receive the reflections. With it whitelist the Aniflect contract of EarnHub. So any EarnHub holder is able to reflect Bank's token without a tax. So the Aniflect contract is able to buy without any tax into our project and then distribute it to the EarnHub holders. I do know of some people which are actually reflecting in banks from the EarnHub contract. So it is, yeah, simply a very good investment. They are very based, very good team behind the token itself. Made some good progress. Just a very good investment overall. The next investment was Evergrow Coin itself. Yes, of course, we are aware they are sitting on a very high market cap. It is hard to obtain a bigger wallet in the project itself. Just take or consider the fact that we are working, yeah, with an actual fund here. So once we drive the volume up, of course, we do have yeah, a lot of money, or should have a lot of money in the fund ready to invest. Evergrow Coin is also rewarding in BUSD. They have a lot of utilities which will be rolled out. Yeah, with the start of the year, it is a very good investment overall. And yeah, we consider a must-have for the fund itself, for the reward token part. Our last investment is an ICO. It is called Moon. We do have pretty good connections with the marketing team of Moon. The marketing team of Moon is also a part of the team of Moon itself. They have been involved in Moonrock early with the marketing and the whole process for Moonrock. They are full doxed, a full doxed marketing agency. Very nice people to work with. I do really enjoy working with them. And yeah, it is a very good project. They do have a staking utility ready right with launch. Unluckily, they have been running into a contract issue at their first launch. Nothing bad, yeah, about a contract issue at launch. The problem was they had a developer from Interfi which did create the actual contract. The developer didn't deploy the contract on the testnet, so no one was knowing about the contract issue since the contract itself wasn't tested in the testnet. Nothing bad about it. They will relaunch most likely tomorrow. We will immediately stake our tokens in there. They are granting a very nice APY. And since it is a ICO, as we said before, of course, risk is always there, but we do know the team. It is actually a very nice team working on the project, and they have some more utilities coming in the future, coming very early, right after launch, for the future. So it is not 1 year in the future or 2 years like other tokens have sometimes with the utilities going on. And yes, ICO investment, pretty risky for the fund, of course, but you are able to secure pretty big wallets if you get in early enough. This for the investment part. Right now we are vetting different other projects which we could possibly invest in. Still some questions open. That's why we didn't start the next poll yet. Yeah, most likely they will drag me in a chat later on so I can ask some more questions. And yes, this for the whole investment part. As you might notice, it is a very unique approach to DeFi, or let's say to creating passive income. Of course, the BUSD rewards of our token itself, this is nothing new. Yeah, nothing to be very excited on in the project. Of course, this is very nice if you are getting in early and are able to secure a decent wallet size. Yeah, some people can live off their reward token reflections, so it is nothing you should underestimate with the BUSD rewards. But additionally, with our main utility, I do not know of any other project going this way. There are, of course, other projects which have funds going on, but we do not have a project creating a fund, especially a long-term fund, not actively traded, just looking to create passive income for the holders. Is this just the right point to switch to the last part, the actual distribution? So right now, of course, the fund needs a decent size. We need a decent amount of money in the fund to actually create yield which can be distributed. Right now we are compounding everything back into the fund. We just want to grow the fund pretty big. For the people not knowing, the team did wave on a team vesting. We did say, no, we don't want a team vesting. We will just put it into a fund just as a head start. So our fund is right now participating from our token itself. Of course, we will not invest with the fund in our token. Yeah, this is totally counterproductive because this would make the fund again dependent of our token, which is not what we want to achieve with the fund. It is just to have a head start for the fund itself. That's why we waived as a team on the team vesting, on this part of the team vesting, and said, okay, we will just put it into the fund to give it a head start. As we said, right now, a lot of dollar cost averaging into our ongoing investments, a lot of vetting going on for different projects. In the future, we want to distribute 75% of the yield generated by the fund to our holders. Now you have to take into consideration the fund will be growing every single day. Yeah, we won't stop growing the fund. We won't stop investing into the fund. Every part of every payout for the marketing wallet, if we do not need the actual money for any marketing, we could also use some marketing money to furthermore pump the fund up. Yeah. The very important part is, since we are investing widespread in the crypto space, there are some ideas to maybe implement also real assets later on, but this is a total legal mess. Yeah, this it could be possible if we are able to, for example, create a DAO for the fund, and if the DAO is, I would say, is allowed to sign the actual contract. So the DAO is the holder of, for example, a real estate, and the real estate is then generating through the rent passive income for the fund additionally and for the holders. This is a process which is or will be taking a lot of time. So right now, of course, we are only focusing on the crypto space itself, but I think there is enough potential in the crypto space right now to build a very big fund. So what is very important, the fund will not stop growing. So even, let's say worst case scenario, we reach a certain market cap, which we just cannot go over this market cap. Yeah, sometimes you have a resistance there, and it is very hard. It takes some time to break this actual resistance. The fund will still keep on growing, even if we hit a resistance and we have a lot less trade volume because a lot of people are just simply holding the token for the passive income. The fund will still be growing, and it will be able, with every week which it's going on, it will be able to create more and more and more passive income for the holders. This is the very unique part. Yeah, it is a very long-term oriented project, but it has a huge potential. Yeah, huge potential because it is also completely independent of our token. Yeah, this is a very, very important part. The fund is actually independent of our token. 25% of the fund itself are allocated to marketing/charity. Marketing does also include compounding into the fund. So if we do not need any additional marketing money for the moment, we will just compound this part back into the fund. Charity, of course, if the project is doing well, if everything goes well and you are winning in the crypto space, you should always think of the people which haven't been that lucky in life. And additionally, also think maybe about the environment, because we do know crypto is sometimes taking a lot of electricity. So this is a way to grant very consistent charity donations without actually taking active money out of the project. This is a very important part, but because of course we could just straight away add, for example, a 2% tax which is allocated for charity. But this would always mean that we would need to take active money out of the project. We would need to sell the tokens which we collected from the tax, sell the tokens, and take the BNB, for example, and send them to the charity itself. Yeah, this is, of course, it is a very good way. Yeah, nothing bad about creating a charity token. Don't get me wrong in here. But we as a team, we did decide we do not want to actively take money out of the project. Yeah, if we want to donate to charity, we want to create a sustainable way of donating to charity. Same as for the passive income, we want to create a sustainable way long term, even if we had hit our limit with the token itself. We'll still be able to sustain a way of charity, of passive income and everything. Just a very, very important side note there. So it is a very, a token which is, or aiming to create a big incentive for the people to actually hold the token. So far, we are doing a very good job as a community, I have to say, even in this very, very, very red market. I will go into a chart in a second. I would just right now take a little break and look for questions. As I said before, if you do have a question and do not want to talk in the voice chat, just ping me in the chat and I will see the question. Just so many messages again. Okay, now I'm at the bottom. Okay, no questions I see so far. So there are two options. Either I did talk too much and you are all sleeping right now, or I did a good job. And wait, there's a question. Just want to spread an idea. Lots of other projects do this. Is possible to allocate a little % of tax to immediate burn, even if 0.1. As soon as that wallet does not receive send, that might increase consciousness and the power of every single. Okay, we cannot implement a automated burn tax because our contract is already deployed. But that's the reason why we did have the manual buyback and burn. Do not underestimate this manual buyback and burn. Of course, we will not announce any buybacks. This would just be counterproductive for all the swing traders. But we will have, once the volume picks up, there will be a lot of money in the buyback and burn fund. Do not underestimate this. We will be able to burn consistently our token, because of course this is like basic economy. We want to shorten the supply in the future, shorten it. But of course, we want to shorten it in a way that we can also market it. So we do want to burn like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of the supply in one go. And yeah, this is also a very good marketing strategy. But yes, not possible to include a automated part of the burn, Lazuli, but of course we want to burn in the future. It is just the next step for long-term success. We do need to do this for long-term success. Just shorten the supply, and yeah, definitely looking into this, but not possible in the way that you mentioned right now. Yes, don't worry. Always ask any questions. Do we have additional questions? I don't see a hand raised. Nothing raised. Okay. If you do have any questions coming or striking your mind later, always feel free to ask in the chat. At the early stage, we did always say you can just simply direct message us. It might take some time for us to see any direct message. So if you DM one of us, one of the team members, please be aware of the fact that we are getting spammed pretty hard. And it might take some time for us to actually see the message. So it is most likely the best way to just drop the question in the chat or ask in any AMA, since we have daily AMAs anyways. So easy way we are bringing you to ask any questions. Okay, didn't see a question yet. I would just hop into the chart itself. As I said before, very amazing job by the community. We did break the all-time high again. Market is red again. Do also take into consideration we are paired with BNB. So if BNB is dipping, is losing value, we do also lose value as a project. Once BNB is starting to recover, of course, it will also affect our chart, our market cap, and everything. Yeah, this comes with a pair of BNB. So this is also when the overall market dips, it is very hard for a project to gain traction. That's also a big shout out to the community. I would just go a little bit into detail in our chart for the people which have been new, just to point some important things out. So right here, you see this was the start. It was, I think launch was the December 18th. We did start as a pink sale pre-sale. The hard cap was at 70 BNB, so it was a very, very low cap pre-sale. We did launch with a market cap of around 80k-ish. Yeah, this is a very small market cap to launch from a pre-sale. We did create some good buy pressure right after the pre-sale, which you can see here. I think the max we did hit here was around $450,000 market cap. Around this part was the all-time high back there. And then of course once the whole pre-sale hype goes away, some people are taking the profits. You will always have these people in the pre-sale. In pre-sale projects, some people have been taking profits, and then, as you see right here, we have been consolidating for quite some time. In this whole consolidation process, we did work a lot on exposure. So this is the main marketing strategy of our team. We want to create constant exposure. This is the healthiest way to grow, the most sustainable way to grow. We are avoiding, let's just call it pump and dump calls at the moment, especially with a lower market cap, in which a big dump could be affecting us pretty big. we are working on the constant exposure. It is organic growth, which is very important to us as a team. But you just need to take into consideration such a strategy, such a marketing strategy. It takes time, but it builds a healthy relationship with your holders. That's why we are aiming for it. Right here you can see we did run different things. We did run some classic Twitter promos. We did run Poocoin ads. We did run CoinMooner ads. We had traffic for our website. We did have the classic shilling. We did do a lot of things in this whole process. As you can see, we did I would say consolidate in a certain certain tunnel here, but we did create a lot of exposure in this time. People got to know the team. Of course, we as a team also, we just needed to get into the drill itself. We did realize we need to educate the people a lot of about our token, what we are aiming for, what our bankers whale fund is aiming for. We need to build a certain level of trust between the community and us. It is a longer process to actually gain the growth, but it is the healthiest way of gaining growth. As you could see right here, this whole exposure part took some time. Right here, just another shout out again. We had initially Dale joining in, which you can find in the chat as Dale Leader, I think is his tag. Amazing person. Love to work with him as well. With Dale, there followed a lot of other people, like for example Harry or Moneybin, which you will be seeing in the chat a lot. And these people just ignited the community, and right here it started this whole process. The exposure was paying back. The community with they are doing a lot of Reddit posts, which we comment as a community. They are doing a lot of raids and all this community stuff, which helps tremendously with a token. So right here we did create an pretty big initial pump. I think this this pump right here was about 200 to 250% increase in price from the bottom to the all-time high. And then, of course, after a pump, you will always have the people taking the profit out. There started the dip, and then the actual floor finding and correction process. And this is the moment where organic growth and a lot of education and trust building and bonding between team and community really pays off. It takes longer, but it definitely pays off. What you see right here, this low points, was the actual contract selling. So we had some people selling here, and then our contract triggered for the BUSD rewards. So it dipped down, and the dip got, I would say, immediately eaten up by new holders, by existing holders, which have been looking for entry points. We had a more floor finding going on here, just more sideways movement in here, which we can see. Some people sold here again. We were not able to break the resistance here. And here you can see with the sells, the contract triggered again, which did bring us to a higher low as we had before the first contract sell. Again, this whole floor finding process took place. Haven't been able to break the resistance again. And right here again, sell appeared, contract sold additionally, again a bigger dip. People used this as an entry point again. And then we have been able, this is like recently, we have been able to break the resistance and to go for another pump up. And now we have to see what happens next. Are we going for even more growth, or are we going now into a sideways movement and correction. We do not know what happens next. This just shows us as a team that the whole organic growth, the whole community itself is a very, very strong community. Um, they are holding, they are looking forward for the passive income, they are looking forward, we as a community call it payday. They are looking for their paydays in which the actual contract triggers and sells for the BUSD rewards. But this whole process, you just need to take into consideration. We had the pump, and then the people selling off the pump again. Yeah, it's normal. There will always be people which are taking profits. With this sell, the market, yeah, was already looking pretty bad. Um, it affects us passively since we are paired with BNB. So this whole process is just amazing flaw finding we had going on right here. Here additionally, this is the time when the market crashed again. So like the whole market crashed overall. I would say it's like 20%, 30%, sometimes even more in certain projects. The market crashed again. It did drag us down because of our pair with BNB. Yeah, since BNB additionally had a dip, it did drag us down in market cap. It did drag us down in the liquidity, of course. But still, which is the very amazing part, we have been able to get another pump upwards. Yeah, of course, if you as a token are one of the few tokens which is actually um, gaining in a bleeding market, it's always a good sign. But this again shows the potential of community effort, shows the potential of organic growth, because even with the market dipping, of course, we have some sells going on. Yeah, this is normal that people are taking profits. This is straight normal. But right here we see the exposure is paying off. Yeah, the organic growth is paying off. And this is also why I am looking forward to the daily AMAs, because we do want the investors we are gaining to be educated about our project. This is a very important point to us as a team, because only educated people or educated in our project, these people are real investors. Yeah, they are not looking for a quick swing trade. They are not looking for a quick pump and dump or anything like this. They do actually like the project and do invest money. And yeah, it doesn't matter how much you are investing as a investor in here. We do need every single investor. Yeah, if it's 0.05 BNB or if it is 5 BNB or 12 BNB, yeah, it doesn't matter to us as a team. You are not limited in any way. Everyone has the same chances. Yeah, we are not limiting, for example, the yield of the fund, the distribution of the yield to a certain wallet size. This is not what we are intending to do. We want to create smart investors, which we are creating definitely. And we want to have educated holders, because educated holders always lead to real investors, real long-term investors. And this is also the approach I would have taken as an investor if I, let's say, for example, have been sitting right here or right here or right here. Yeah, now at this recent point, I wouldn't be chucking in, like, for example, 20 BNB um, at 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 once. Yeah, I would be maybe investing a smaller amount. I would take a look at the team. I would take a look at how is the team working. Um, Always consider the community itself. Take a look at the community. How strong is the community itself? Are they active? Is the team engaging with the community itself? These are all some things I would be looking for in a project I want to invest in a team I want to invest in, and also in a community I want to invest in. I would just take a look, and then over the time I would most likely dollar cost average in. Yeah, I would just take certain points in which I would be reinvesting some more money just to bring, yeah, to build a good wallet size over the course of the time. So this is the same strategy I would be doing. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking into a 20 BNB instant investment into the token itself. If I wanted to invest 20 BNB in total, I would be looking into a dollar cost averaging process, yeah, which is what a lot of people are doing in our token. Yeah, a lot of people are just, for example, trying us with a 0.2 BNB buy, and then they will just take a look at how things go. They are attending AMAs or they are rewatching the AMAs on YouTube, and yeah, they will just watch and see what happens. And if we as a team, as a community, are then able to build trust between the new investor and the team and the community itself, yes, then they are starting to invest more money in. Yeah. But this whole process, it's a very organic process of growth. It takes time. But with more and more people joining the community, of course, more and more exposure is created. This is just a thing I want to add. If you have the time, if you are willing to do it, yeah, we are forcing no one to do so. If you are willing to do it and you have the time, just leave a comment on a Reddit post our team is making. Just leave a comment on a tweet we did, for example. Just leave a comment on a link for a tweet we did leave in the chat if you want to. If you have the time and everything, yeah, every like, every retweet, every upvote, every single comment is worth more than the money invested actively into marketing. Yeah, this kind of exposure is always the best exposure. The community showed this in the recent days, and I think it is working out pretty well for us so far. Of course, we are additionally looking into ways to create exposure as a team with marketing moves. For example, we will be having a press release around 600 sources, including Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg. We are just waiting for the agency. The article is ready. It was written by a professional writer. We are just waiting for the agency to come back to us. So yes, this is the whole process we as a team are taking together with the community. As we said before, we are very, very community oriented. And if you are a new investor, always feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, we are very, very transparent about this part, the whole questions and everything. Always feel free to ask anything. You do have to be really disrespectful, I would say, for us to consider it as a, you would say, foot. No, we do want to answer any questions. Always feel free. Attend the AMAs daily if you want to. We are recording them. If you don't want to watch them, you just you don't have to join. You can just rewatch them on YouTube and skip on the parts which are not interesting for you. But yes, this is basically what we are doing as a community, as a team, creating a great community here so far. I really have to say thank you to the whole community. It's just awesome what we did achieve so far. So are there any additional questions? Because I see a lot of people in the AMA, some unfamiliar names. I will just scroll through it. Okay. Yes, this is your time to ask any questions. Just drop the question in the chat if you do not want to talk. Okay. So this basically the fundamentals, some other stuff, which I want to talk about additionally. We did change the contract itself. We did change the max wallet size to 3%. We had 8% in the beginning because we have been a very low cap pre-sale. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I missed it. Any news about press release? Yeah, we are still still the same thing. We are waiting for the agency to come back. As we said before, we needed to dox to the agency because yeah, I can fully understand this. Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg especially, they might be very cautious in what tokens they are actually promoting. Even if it is a paid promotion, yeah, it still doesn't matter. It creates a lot of exposure. So we will just wait for the agency to come back on us. This for the press release. We had some contract changes. We did reduce the max wallet size to 3%. We did reduce additionally the threshold for the wallet. At the moment, it is sitting at 4 trillion banks collected. And then it will trigger the sell. We will most likely lower it again. You just need to understand it doesn't affect your BUSD income in any way. The BUSD income is fully dependent of the trade volume. Adjusting the threshold is just important to not have a huge contract sell. But it is also important to find the right balance there. You do not want a contract constantly selling and taking the momentum out of a project. If it is, for example, as we had it yesterday, if there are a lot of good growth coming in and we are about to break the all-time high, it would just be bad if the contract is selling constantly. So, of course, with increasing market cap, you will always find the right balance. Right now, the threshold is at 4 trillion. You can also take a look at our dashboard. We did implement a progress bar. So once the progress bar hits 100%, it is time for the contract to trigger the sell and to actually have a payday as a community to receive our BUSD rewards. This for the changes we made so far. I don't know if I already said it. Most likely we will lower the threshold again. We are just constantly monitoring it because the market cap is changing all the time, especially with a very volatile market at the moment. So yes, this for the changes we made right now. Currently developing the actual fund display. I will drop the wallet of the fund itself again in the chat. Just consider the whole staking part is not included because of course it is staked. You are not able to see it in the wallet itself. Otherwise, last time me asking, are there any questions about the project, about the team, about simply anything? Scrolling again through the chat. Okay, I can't see any question right now. So, as I said before, either I did a good job in explaining or everyone is sleeping. No question in the chat. Yes. Anyone, any ideas? We had some very, very good ideas recently in our AMAs, which the people did come up with. If you have any ideas, suggestions, projects we should take a look at, if you do not want to tell it in here, you can always DM us about it and we will take a look. Get website on social in BSC and Poocoin. BSC, running into a little problem. We did want to change and to add all of our socials in the BSC. They did tell us we do not have the community for it, that they will change it right now. I will ask, because there is a way to pay for it and they will change it. I will ask our agency if they have any connections to BSC itself, because we applied for it, but for some reason they are not implementing our website. This is maybe because we are a new project, launched as a very low cap project, but we are looking into it. Also in Poocoin and Dextools, I will be taking a look after the AMA once I have the time. Everything costs dollar. Yeah, exactly. This is something what many people are not aware of if they haven't been involved in I would say a project launch or anything like that. Literally anything costs, especially in this space, a ton of money. Some things which we are simply not able to realize at the moment. But other things, of course, we're always working on things, especially the whole exposure thing. We are aware our socials in the BSC scan would just simply give more confidence to some people, and looking into it. Are we having another shilling reward session? Yes, yes. I would say we could. I did come up with something. It will just be another contest, but some decent rewards for the shillers. I will announce it also after the AMA, and you can go hard on it again as a community. Let's fucking go. Yeah, let's go. Now we want to keep, of course, we want to keep the momentum up of the community. Everyone in here is doing an amazing job. We gained a lot of holders. We did grow a lot recently, especially in a red market. So yeah, definitely. Dale, my crypto wallet at the moment, minus 29. Yeah, don't worry about it. This is crypto. Um, Sometimes it is dipping. Sometimes people are getting scared. A lot of factors, actually taking influence in there. So do not worry about it, Dale. Thankfully, bank is up like 1000%. Yeah, thankfully, yeah. We did a very good job there as a community. Yeah, just taking a look again. Can't see a hand up. Okay, I would end the AMA here. Let's see if we can, where are we sitting right now? Pretty good one, huh? Let's see if we can hit the trees today. Oh, welcome to the family. 1BNB, new position. I always love to see bio position new from Bobby Bybot. Welcome him to the family, guys. Yeah, nice. Now another nice AMA. Having a lot of fun in the AMAs. As we said before, we have them daily at around 20 to wait, UTC is 19 to 1930 UTC. If I have the time, we are doing more AMAs a day. But of course, with everything going on, sometimes we're running short on the time for AMAs. But daily we will have guaranteed, and on the weekends sometimes 2 or 3 a day to cover different time zones. That is a new all-time high. Yes. Yeah, just let's see if we can break the trees today. Would be lovely to break the trees today in a red market. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, and as I said before, oh, for the contest we had before, thanks Dale for reminding me. We had a buy contest with every 0.2 BNB buy was qualified. It is anonymous. We are just taking the Bobby Bybot transactions for every 0.2 BNB buy. I will just send out the money like it was 2 times 0.5 BNB. I will send this out to the winners since it's anonymous anyways. And yes, I think we should I think we should go for another 0.2 minimum buy contest. Maybe like, let's make two winners. Let's make two winners again. Just thinking. Let's make three winners again, 0.5 each, and every 0.2 buy is qualified. Um, don't worry for the people which have bought now during the AMA, you are qualified. I will take you in. But yes, let's start again another buy contest, and I will come up with a shilling contest afterwards. And let's see if we can break the trees today as a community. Would be lovely. All right. So no questions I can see. Just taking a look again just to be safe. Perfect. Um, thank you very much, community. You are doing a awesome chat. How long the 0.5? Let's just keep it for 24 hours. So for the next AMA tomorrow, we will keep up to 0.2, sorry. So 0.2 minimum required as a buy, and 3 people can win 0.5 BNB. Booker wants to break all the trees. Why? When will you send out the rewards? Mitch, do you mean for the I will do it also right now after the AMA. I had no time before the AMA. Had some other things I needed to work on, and of course my day job also sometimes is interrupting me. But yes, I will send it out randomly. I do not know which wallet is which person, so I would just say congratulations to the winners, and because I also do not want to drop the wallet address in just in the chat. Booker wants to drain the Amazon for a Rally, what 0.5 win? We had a buy contest going on, Rally. I think it was last week, yes. Every 0.2 buy was automatically qualified. We are collecting all the transactions, and we will just randomly choose a wallet to win 0.5 BNB. So you had to buy 0.2 BNB worth of banks, then you have been qualified. I thought it was 0.0. No, it was 0.5 BNB. Of course, with a community this great, we want to give back to the community. So we would rather give it to the community than to, yeah, a promoter which is sometimes not worth all the money you are paying them. So rather give it back to the community. And as we can see, community is doing a better job than the promoters in this market situation. So keep it up, people. Maybe other projects will hire you as promoters someday. All right. Now I will put in the details in the chat and pin them for the shilling contest and for the buy contest. And yeah, spread it out there that we have more contests going on. And let's see if we can attack the trees. Would love to attack the trees today, people. Let's show the people that a red market doesn't mean you cannot grow. All right. Now I will end the video call. We'll start to work on all the stuff we have to work on right now. And keep it up, people. Love the community. And thank you for participating in the AMA as always. Love the participation. Keep it up, people. We love it. And we won't stop working and grinding as a team. All right. Bye bye, people.